When I do any of the Health Starts Here recipes, we never use extracted oil, and I'll talk about that later. So all of the fats are sourced from avocados, nuts, and seeds predominantly, and there's no added salt or refined sugars. So those are the key components, and the Rethink Your Plate kind of works off of that. So you have down kind of your healthy meal. Oh, we have to hand this up. Well, May's going to show you the Rethink Your Plate. Then I have a little copy, but not in color quality. Isn't that fun? That's our Rethink for the night. Well, I didn't want to put it up and have you go, oh, let me see. So this is kind of what I just explained to you. And research over and over, it doesn't come from Whole Foods, you're hearing it everywhere, is that our challenge for real good health is half of everything you eat in a day should be vegetables. That's not vegetables and fruit. Fruit's up here. Vegetables. That means, as far as I'm concerned, I have to start first thing in the morning with breakfast. How do I get those vegetables in? To eat half of all the food I eat in a day as vegetables. So, looking at this Rethink Your Plate design, compare it to your favorite plate that you jotted down. Would you say that there's half of what you ate in that meal are vegetables? Is the protein in a smaller proportion? You know, in the standard American diet, and what we really, all of us, I think, have been raised to kind of think of, is as the animal protein being the centerpiece of the plate, and the other stuff just sort of fills in and cracks. So, the animal protein being a smaller portion, including beans and legumes and fish, as well as beef, chicken, and so on. And then whole grains having a component. And then these being just areas to consider in terms of what provides your fat and sweetening sources. Yes?
Does vegetable juice count?
That's a great question.
Low sodium.
Yeah, okay, low sodium. Yes. Yes. Low sodium's good. It helps because the one advantage we have when we juice vegetables is that, although it's not a fresh juice, I mean there's pasteurization involved in the V8 process, so that's heat. And whenever heat is introduced, some of the nutrients are compromised. There's no way around that. Obviously, we all know if you have V8 versus a variety of vegetables, you're missing the fiber. So you just want to make sure there's adequate fiber through whole grains and other foods in your diet, beans and other things. But it would count as long as it's not the main dominant source of vegetables. Unlike a fruit juice is really sugar. No other way to put it. If you want fruit, have a piece of fruit. And we're going to talk a little bit about blood sugar in a few minutes and what happens in your body. And fruit juice, like, we're all raised, have that glass of orange juice to start your day. Not a good choice. Not a good choice. So thanks, that's a good question. So taking a look at your plate and this model, again, I encourage you to circle or jot down or think about right now, not when you get home because then all this other stuff happens. What are some opportunities right there? Can you push in some of what my most favorite things in the world, green leafy vegetables, as an example, or more colors, or cut down, push these in. By pushing in good stuff, we tend to push out a lot of the other. When your body is really well nourished, those cravings go away. They really, really do. But you have to try it to believe me. We'll just do a quick quiz now because I might forget. Okay, what do you got here? Close.
Collards.
Yeah, collard greens. Yes, collard greens. All right, who said kale? This is one of three types of kale. You're not allowed to answer any of these. We worked at a farm together this summer. So, lacinato, or Tuscan, or dinosaur kale. Anybody know? Whoa, Swiss chard. This is the red Swiss chard, which you can eat. Chop this up and eat. Greens can be eaten separately. You guys know what these are. But do you throw the tops away?
No.
You get 2 in 1 with beets, right? Cut these off and saute them like you would any other green. And beets you can cook, and my favorite way to have beets are roasted. You know, you just scrub them off, chop them up. Yeah, really, really, really good. How about this? This is a great one to start having more as we go through spring.
Yeah, dandelions.
Yeah, dandelions. Bitter greens, really great for clearing, you know, things out as we go through spring. Bitter greens, arugula greens, and even watercress and different things. These greens are they are the most nutrient dense. I have a little card I'll give you before you leave. The most nutrient dense vegetables there are. And there's a card I'll give you, and you'll see these signs around the store as well. They're called ANDI scores. It stands for Aggregate Nutrient Density Index. And kale and most of these are up, they're 1,000. They're the highest points. So if they are something that are currently not very often in your diet, or you're not quite sure, I talk to people all the time, they're like, I don't really know what to do with them. That's fair, right? I'm not going to go into that right this minute, but I'm happy to talk to you about it afterward, and you can also come in the store, and I'm going to give you some recipes at the end, some of which naturally have greens in them. But you can cook them, you can incorporate them into a million things. You can make a smoothie in the morning. So you can, yes, I know it sounds gross, but it's really good. Oh, look at her face, it's perfect. Get that video. No, really, really, trust me, I know it sounds gross, but it's really good. And there you go, you got your vegetables first thing in the morning.
I just have a question. You mentioned dandelions and you said Claire decided exactly what kind of...
Oh, not that kind. No, those are beans. No, I'm sorry. In the spring, well, Ayurvedic medicine, which is the medicine of India, really encourages having lots of bitter greens in the spring, particularly if you're one particular dominant style. You know, they have things categorized. It's a tangent, I'm sorry. But it really helps if you're, you know, allergies and mucus and all that fun stuff. Bitter greens help to kind of clear the system out that way. You can cook them, but I would just chop them up and add them into my salad. Make a salad full of... So here's one recommendation as you think about rethinking your plate. Make a big salad once every few days. Get as many colors in there as you possibly can. And just put them in Ziploc bags or something. Put it in your fridge. Obviously, don't dress it. Tomatoes or avocados you might want to add in separately. But all the others... peppers and a variety of greens. Kale does not have to be cooked. It's great cooked, but you can do it really thin and add it in a salad. Red cabbage, look at these colors. All these, you can put broccoli in anything. Make a big salad. It's there and it's ready for you to go, whenever. And just by adding that in, at least once a day, along with maybe something else for lunch. It doesn't have to be, I'm just having a salad today, this is so boring. Have something else, but have the salad too, and you're just pushing in the nutrients, and you're bumping that right up, right? All of those vegetables.
What about spinach?
Yeah, spinach too. I didn't have it here because spinach, most people are kind of like, yeah, I like spinach, I use spinach, I never use spinach. It's these others.
What about romaine?
Yes, actually, of the lettuces, romaine is this is yeah, I guess romaine is on here, but the writing's way too small right now for me to read it to you. But it is on there, and yes, it's a good one.